Hi, good day. Good day, everyone. It's Night of Champion. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, once you hear the sound, you know that it's Night of Champion. And almost all the match that they play on Tuesday, mostly, UEFA Champions League play on Tuesday, Wednesday, while Europa League play on Thursday. So, as usual, today is another match. Talking about the UEFA Champions League semi-final, and we have a team that is eager, struggling, desperate to get Champions League for the first time in their history. Talking about Arsenal and the Atletico Madrid. So these two teams are the team that are here to get the UEFA Champions League, and they are desperate. When they say desperate, very, very desperate to get the UEFA Champions League, even more than the Premier League, because Arsenal have won the Premier League several times. But the UEFA Champions League will be the biggest trophy they can achieve this season. And as you can see today, the first leg, to me, it's favor of Arsenal. Anyway, they play 1-1 in the first leg, but I can tell you that it's favor of Arsenal because they will play match Arsenal first. Talking about Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid, it's a game that a lot of people want to watch. Not only Arsenal fans, but all the football fans across the world, especially the Premier League fans. You want to see what will happen today. But I can tell you, guarantee you, and I will tell you based on my own analysis, is that Arsenal is going to win. Qualify. Let me say qualify tonight, because the way I'm seeing today games, they are more. Just don't forget that I said the two teams are desperate, eager. They want to get the UEFA Champions League. But I will tell you, Arsenal, they have all the capability, standard. They have all the best to make sure they win the UEFA. They qualify to the final. But where the error is that Atletico Madrid have a star player that always showcase himself when it comes to big match like this, which is the player they signed from the Atlanta, Ademola Lookman. Since Ademola Lookman joined the Atletico Madrid, he has done a lot of things that even a lot of people underrate him. But if you are good in analyzing football or watching football without bias, you know that this guy is good. He's a good player that's always fit for star match like this, so which can surprise a lot of people. And we should not forget about Ademola Lookman's fantastic history in the Europa League when he was playing with Atlanta. So the guy know and he understand. And this season so far, all the match that they play for Atletico, you can easily pick, recommend Ademola Lookman based on the star match that they play. If you talk about against Barcelona and some of the star match Atletico Madrid play, and he show himself, which he make a lot of impact when it comes to that. And tonight, play against English team, especially Arsenal, that is 100% in form, because this is only team that is here to lose any match in the Europa League. So which Arsenal have a lot of better chance, advantage ahead of Atletico Madrid. Then when you talk about their previous game, out of last 5 games they play, Arsenal just managed, talking about Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid, they managed to get result in the out of 5 games they played, they managed to get single result, while Atletico Madrid beat them twice. And those matches that Atletico Madrid beat them, they play at home. Atletico Madrid play at home, while they get result against Arsenal. The first one they beat Arsenal 2-1, the second one they beat Arsenal 1-0, and all those two match they play at home. Now today, the single game Arsenal result Arsenal got against Atletico Madrid, that was on the 21st of October last year, 2025. So, and they beat Atletico Madrid 4-0. So, I'll tell you, something like that can likely to happen today, because just like what I said before I begin this video, I told you that both teams are eager, desperate. They want to get this trophy, but when you see that, look both teams, you see that Arsenal, they have a lot. In fact, they have two teams that is can match, because it's not easy to be an unbeaten team so far out of how many teams that we have in UEFA Champions League, and the journey since last year up to this moment. So we have to give Arsenal their flower, because this is one of the best seasons. I don't know how to compare this season and 2005, when we have Arsenal team that go unbeaten, and this season, because in terms of performance, actually a lot of people will tell you that they miss out some trophies, but nevertheless, at least they still have a lot of chance. Premier League is there. At the same time, UEFA Champions League tonight. So anything that make them to qualify to the final, I said it, and you can watch my previous video. I said Arsenal will win UEFA Champions. I don't want to know the team they will play. Even if they give them Bayern Munich, that will even be an easy game for them. I know, and I know what I'm saying, because when you check the team, the way they play, they keep on improving year by year. So which this season, it's a big chance for them. And I will still say it's anything that make Arsenal not to win trophy this season, then they should just sell the team, the player, and sack all the management, because they have a better chance. Now, Manchester City dropped a point against Everton yesterday, which is a plus to Arsenal. So, and a lot of people good in analyzing football, they said Manchester City have lost Premier League to Arsenal, and which is true, because when you see it, I checked the preview of the remaining game, you see that Arsenal have a better chance. Now, tonight it's UEFA Champions League, and then a lot of people will say, okay, maybe they may likely to let some player because of Premier League. No. If you ask me, those two matches those two cups, the trophy are important, the UEFA Champions League and the Premier League. So the two trophies are important, but just like what I said in the previous video is that Arsenal, they need to do something, and what they need to do is very simple. Have a special tactics for each of those games they want to play, especially this period. They only have a few games to go before the end of the season, so they should have a special tactics for each of those matches. That is the only way they can get results, because scoring a lot of goals, actually it may help them in the Premier League, because when you get to level point with Manchester City, but in the UEFA Champions League, a single goal tonight it's enough for them. Even 0-0 it's enough for Arsenal, but I don't see anything like 0-0 in this game. So probably Arsenal complete Atl Madrid based on what I. But the player they need to have watch out for is Ademola Lookman and some other player, because this guy is good to the extent that even though he cannot score a goal, he always provide assist for other players. So that's what make Ademola Lookman so fantastic. He fit for any position. I don't know about defending, but from middle going forward, Ademola Lookman is very fantastic. And based on the previous game that I have played, though, you see that he have a better chance in order to showcase in this kind of match. So let's see what will happen tonight. But I'm rooting for Arsenal, and I wanted to get results in today's games. At the same time, I wanted to win the Premier League. But you know, football always decide 90 minutes or plus. It can only decide on the pitch. So, and it determines, it depends on the player, the management, if they are ready for this tonight game. So, but based on my own, I will tell you that Arsenal have a bigger chance in order to get a result tonight, because play 1-1 in the first leg is a plus to them, and it's a bigger advantage for tonight's game. So let's see what will happen. And don't forget that for this weekend we have a lot of games in the Premier League, and the prediction already available, because I see a lot of people after we posted the game that have already accurate. You see a lot of some of them will be complaining that no, maybe you edit it this. Okay, go through the previous most of our posts or the pin posts. You see some of the game that we dropped. That's why we always drop this prediction early for some of you to see it, so that you can be able to do what, to pick it and select your game, so that when others are catching out, you won't be complaining. So that is the code. Now on Saturday, let me just give you the fixture from Premier League. We have a big match, which is early kickoff in the Premier League. You have Liverpool versus Chelsea. Chelsea double wahala, because they have already knocked them out of that top 10. So UEFA Champions League, for them to qualify, in fact, maybe 30% chance they have, because other team are there they want to qualify. So I don't know what is happening to Chelsea. Nottingham Forest beating Chelsea 3-1 yesterday. So it is so embarrassing. So I don't expect Chelsea to to play so low to that extent, getting 3-1 against Nottingham Forest, which is sad one. Now the big one, this next match will be against Liverpool. So I don't know how they want to survive, because Liverpool also looking for a way to qualify for the UEFA Champions League. So the Premier League is no more there for both of them. It's only between Arsenal and Manchester City. But qualification for the UEFA Champions League is the next thing that all teams are fighting for, while some are fighting for relegation. Talking about Tottenham and West Ham. The relegation is between two of them, Tottenham and West Ham. So let's see who will drop and who will continue with Premier League. So next one is a Brighton versus Wolves, Fulham versus Bournemouth, Sunderland versus Manchester United. So Manchester United have already got qualification ahead of next season in the UEFA Champions League. They will play against Sunderland. And Manchester City versus Brentford. I expect Manchester City to beat Brentford blue and black, because they don't need to drop any point at all. And before the Arsenal game last weekend, I said something that Arsenal just need to win game. They should continue winning game. That's the only way. They should not drop any point. In as much they continue win all the remaining games, then they have already become champion, because at least you can say by 40%, or let me say 50%, the trophy, they have already one side of trophy by now. But until we see we got to the end of that competition before we can now say okay, because they can have the same level with Manchester City. So probably if Arsenal win the next game, then it's over. So that means we have a new champion in the Premier League. So it will be a long time for Arsenal. So getting Premier League the plus UEFA Champions League tonight. So, and that is the only Premier League team, so which we are here to support them 100%. Moving to the Italian Serie A on Saturday, we have Cagliari versus Udinese, Lazio versus Inter Milan. That is the new champion in the Italian Serie A. And then Leeds versus Juventus. And then La Liga, Elche versus Alaves, Sevilla versus Espanyol, Atletico Madrid versus Celta Vigo, Real Sociedad versus Real Betis. La Liga also, it's the competition between Barcelona and Real Madrid, and both teams will play this weekend as well. On Sunday, let me see, they will play on Sunday. They will play on Sunday. Barcelona at home versus Real Madrid. So any outcome of the any outcome from this game, then we can see Barcelona, if they got results, it's another trophy for them. So now talking about the UEFA Champions League tonight, so all what I need from you guys is very simple. You drop the prediction under this video, or you can at the same time you can also share with friends and family, let them drop prediction as well. So if you get it accurate, there's an airtime for you. Meanwhile, there's a post that contains for you guys to drop your prediction. If you get it accurate, just call line, for example 21314000 and so on and so forth. If you get it accurate, you get 5k cash prize. But on this video, if you get it accurate, your prize is airtime. So it's a different thing. So all you need to do, just drop it. At the same time, if you need special odds, you want odds that's perfect, just like what happened yesterday, some of the game that we give to people, at least you can see the testimony, see the post that contain some of the perfect game that we give. A lot of people cash out there. So if you need prediction like that, just DM us or send a message through our WhatsApp number. So let's talk in order to connect you and tell you how to do it. At the same time, there's an update. A lot of people, person like me, maybe we don't like how to play, we don't know how to like to play game or bet. So all we need to know, we want is that we want updates. You just want updates about your team or other leagues as well. So you can get that direct on your WhatsApp or probably through the SMS. So send the message to us so that I can direct you on how to get it every single week, both fixture, results, live update, and all the necessary statistics you need to get about your club or all the top 5 leagues across the world, including across, you can also get even Nigerian league. Once you follow the guideline, you can get all those updates. So that is it. Tonight I'm rooting for Arsenal, and in fact tonight I'll be Arsenal fan, so I want them to win. but they need to be aware. They need to be very careful. Talking about Arsenal and Atl Madrid, this guy is fantastic. And just imagine if this guy is one of white, I mean, it's from European country. So maybe now he will be among the players they will listed for the Ballon d'Or and some of those things. And another thing that I want all of us to learn from is talking about Harry Kane. You know, sometimes in life when you go through a lot of things, that is not the end of the life. So you see, life of Harry Kane, I think it's enough for us to learn how to, I mean, to use it as a lesson. Harry Kane spent a lot of years in Tottenham, so without getting a single trophy. So now see how many years, just 3 years, or let me say, just 2 years plus at Bayern Munich. Then the guys already gotten 3 trophies. And this year, I see a lot of goals that this guy scored. So it shows that the guy is perfect. But sometimes when you are perfect, in the middle of people who are not ready to let you progress, or for example, in the middle of people who are just average, it will be very difficult. You can't be a successful man in the midst of millions of people who are struggling. There's no way, except if you are not working hard. That is the only way you may even be in the same level with them. So we should use that as a lesson in order to live and understand life. So sometimes it's good to move from one place to another, so that maybe things can come change to better the way you want it. So that is my own lesson, and that is a point I'm going to, for all of us to learn. Never give up. There's still hope. There's still life after this. After today, there's a lot of life. And if Arsenal get the trophy this season, so you know that even a lot, we see a lot of things. Are you talking about people that have been waiting for so long to get to give birth to a child, and then unfortunately God give them 3 children, at a time. So all these are the part of things that we can use to win in life. So killing yourself, underrate yourself, or just look down on yourself that cannot solve the issue. Try to be strong and do not give up. So that is my own message to all of you. So see you guys tonight. I don't know what will happen, but I'm waiting for Arsenal. And based on my own analysis, at least you can see that team that have a better chance, and there's some of the players they need to watch out for in order, for tonight's game. So that is it. I'm expecting somebody who can analyze a little bit, or let's have conversation on this live video. So let me see if I can get somebody. So let's just discuss, especially Arsenal fan. So let me see if somebody is available to have a conversation with me right now. Okay, Clement, I saw your prediction. Uzeni, what is this? Makaya 3-1, Clement 2-1. Okay. Ezinwa 1-0. Okay. So you can drop your prediction anyway. So if you get it accurate, there's a night time for you. At the same time, just make a go stroke down. Then you see you see the previous post that contain the where you can get 5k cash prize if you predict accurate. So since I don't have anybody who want to join the live stream, so see you guys next time. Bye bye.